some folk don't understand that you can sing about life experiences outside of the church, as long as it's not demonic, but things that people are really out here experiencing and still have a heart for God.
Willie D Live.
Yeah.
You know?
Was there ever a moment of being conflicted about doing gospel music and secular music, you being so deep into the church and people having their judgment about that?
I did a movie called Preacher's Kid, and I wasn't even thinking this because I know I was confident in my relationship with God. I was raised in the church. My father is a minister. And so I came up in the church. I'm like, everybody knows T love the Lord. Like, there's no question about that. But when I went to do this movie and she played a PK, the church mothers wasn't happy with me, I guess because they knew I sang secular music, and they were like, why do they have this secular artist playing, this in this Christian movie? And I was just like, wait a minute, I thought y'all knew I love the Lord. Like, what is happening? And so I think from there, I was like, I'm not going to, it might be a little rough to jump into, singing gospel music. But if ever given the opportunity, I sing in the shower for the Lord all the time. Mm-hmm. Like, I sing in the choir for the Lord know my heart. So I would, but I do know sometimes us church folk can make it a little hard to cross that line. Some folk don't understand that you can sing about life experiences outside of the church, as long as it's not demonic. But things that people are really out here experiencing and still have a heart for God. Yeah. And anybody that knows me knows that I have a heart for God. So, yeah, if the opportunity presented itself, I would. But I knew, baby, when I did PK and them church mothers started looking at me like, I said, oh, my God, it's getting a little scary. I did not expect that reaction.
Well, yeah. I'm sure they warmed up to you.
Oh, they did.
You got that type of effect on people.
Then I did Greenleaf, and they hated me even more. And they were like, you sleeping with the bishop. I'm not, that my character is, I am not Rochelle Cross. But the church mothers now love to hate me because, I was in their favorite church show.
Yeah. So I had a similar experience at your old church, Brentwood. Mm-hmm. So I go to, I don't go to church because I'm making this secular music. Uh-huh. And I'm making some real secular music, right?
And
so I don't want to go because I think I got to be perfect if I'm going to church. I'm thinking like I can't be doing nothing wrong if I go to church. I can't do nothing inconsistent.
That's why you
with
go.
The word, right? But that was my thinking as a youngster, right? Yeah. So I walk in, and this guy goes, Willie D, man, hey, man, what's up? Man, what you doing here? like I had some damn horns on me or something. I was like, damn, what you doing here? I said, I'm doing the same thing you doing
here.
Right. So I'm trying to hear the word, brother, trying to get saved. He said, oh, okay, yeah, man. Hey, man, good to see you, man. I said, yeah, good to see you. Damn. I don't want, but that's why church folks be getting such a bad rap. That hypocrisy, man, that hypocrisy. And what's going on with all of this crazy stuff that's happening in church, people fighting, people cussing in church.
Oh, man, I was hoping that was this is so funny. I saw something on Instagram the other day where these two ladies were fighting or arguing in church, and they said it ended up being a play, or it was on YouTube. There's like a whole full video, and whatever was happening in praise and worship service was supposed to kind of lead into the story that the sermon the pastor was preaching later on. So that was supposed to be like a play. It wasn't a for real thing. So that's what I heard, but it's up in up in church. People are definitely expressing themselves a little different than when I was going as a kid. But I'm a church girl at heart. I know that's a whole separate, different conversation. But regardless, I feel, of who's in the pulpit and what's going on around me in the pews, I try and go to church as often as I can. I want my children to know the importance of going to fellowship with other churchgoers. Of course, nobody likes the judgment. Nobody wants to be judged. Nobody should be judging. Let's start there. Because ain't nobody perfect. The perfect one died how many thousands of years ago? Okay, so if nobody's in Jesus, if you ain't Jesus and you can't raise your hand, then everybody should just calm down a bit. Settle down.
You sound like a kindergarten teacher. Right?
Jesus is not, he's present in our hearts, but he is not here on earth. He died many years ago and he was the only perfect one. So let's
break
just
it down. Put it on a rudimentary level.
You know.